Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of psychology to uncover some truly mind-boggling facts about how the human brain works. These aren't your ordinary psychological tidbits either. We're talking about the weird, surprising, and sometimes damn right unbelievable facts about how we think, feel, and behave. Without further ado, let's jump into 20 weird psychological facts you won't believe are true. Fact number 1. Your brain can see things that aren't there. Have you ever thought you saw something out the corner of your eye, but when you looked again, it was gone? It turns out our brains sometimes fill in visual information that's missing to help us make sense of our surroundings. This is called pareidolia, and it's why we sometimes see faces in clouds or inanimate objects. Our brains are wired to recognize patterns, especially faces, even when no real face exists. Imagine looking at a power outlet and suddenly noticing it looks like a surprised face. That's your brain making sense of the two holes for the plug and the ground socket, interpreting them as eyes and a mouth. Fun fact number 2. Being forgotten hurts the brain like physical pain. You've probably heard the phrase, heartbreak hurts, but did you know that emotional pain, like being ignored or excluded, activates the same part of the brain that responds to physical pain? This area is called the anterior cingulate cortex, and when you're left out or ignored, it lights up in the same way as if you were being physically injured. Researchers used brain scans to demonstrate this, and the findings suggest that our brains can't always distinguish between physical pain and the emotional hurt of being socially rejected. Fact number 3. Multitasking is a myth. You might think you're an excellent multitasker, but the truth is, humans are actually terrible at doing more than one thing at a time. What you're really doing when you think you're multitasking is quickly switching between tasks, which makes you less efficient. When you try to do 2 cognitive tasks at once, your brain can't focus properly on either, leading to mistakes or slower performance. This is why experts recommend focusing on one task at a time. It's far more productive and mentally healthier in the long run. Fact number 4. The power of the placebo effect. The placebo effect is one of the most mysterious and powerful phenomena in psychology. If a person believes they are receiving treatment, even if it's just a sugar pill, their symptoms often improve simply because they believe they're being helped. The brain can actually cause real psychological changes in response to this belief, which shows how deeply our thoughts influence our body's functions. In some clinical trials, patients given placebo treatment have shown improvements almost identical to those taking actual drugs. The mind is truly powerful. Fact number 5. We can only keep about 7 things in our short-term memory. You might think you can remember everything you need to in the moment, but the reality is our short-term memory has a limited capacity. Psychologist George Miller found that most people can only hold about 7 items in their short-term memory. This is often referred to as Miller's Law. This is why phone numbers are typically 7 digits long. It fits within the average person's short-term memory capacity. Fact number 6. Your subconscious can affect your choices more than you think. We like to believe that our decisions are based on conscious reasons and logic, but the reality is that many of our choices are influenced by our subconscious mind. In fact, much of our decision-making is driven by automatic processes we're not even aware of. Everything from advertising to subtle environment cues can affect what we choose without us realizing it. Example, you might choose a brand of cereal because it's on a shelf at eye level, not because you prefer its taste. Subtle factors like this can steer your behavior in ways we don't notice. Fact number 7. The mere exposure effect. We like what we see more often. Here's a weird one. Simply being exposed to something repeatedly can make you like it more. This is called the mere exposure effect. Whether it's a song, a face, or a brand, the more often you encounter it, the more you tend to like it. This is why companies show you the same ad over and over again. It's not just to remind you about the product, but to actually make you like it more. Pretty sneaky, right? Fact number 8. Your brain doesn't stop developing until your mid-20s. If you've ever wondered why teenagers make impulsive decisions and why young adults sometimes struggle with self-control, it's because the brain isn't fully developed until the mid-20s. Specifically, the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and reasoning. is one of the last parts of the brain to mature. This is why people in their late teens or early 20s often take more risk or engage in more impulsive behavior compared to older adults. Fact number 9. The bystander effect. The more people around, the less likely you are to get help. One of the strangest psychological phenomena is the bystander effect. This happens when people are less likely to offer help to a victim if there are other people present. The more bystanders there are, the less likely any one individual is to step in. This occurs because of something called diffusion of responsibility, where everyone assumes someone else will take action. The tragic case of Kitty Genovese, where multiple people witnessed her being attacked but no one called for help, is often cited as a classic example of the bystander effect. Fact number 10. Your brain rewrites memories every time you recall them. This one's a bit unsettling. Every time you recall a memory, your brain changes it slightly. Memories aren't like static files saved on a computer. Instead, they're more like stories that get rewritten with each telling. Factors like your current mood, beliefs, and even suggestions from others can alter your memories without you realizing it. Think back to a childhood memory. It's likely that details of it have shifted over time, and what you remember now might not be exactly what happened. Fact number 11. Humans are naturally pessimistic. While we might all strive for optimism, humans are wired to focus on the negative. This is called negativity bias. Evolutionarily speaking, this makes sense. Early humans needed to be hyper-aware of potential dangers to survive. However, in modern life, this can lead to us remembering negative events more vividly than positive ones, or focusing on criticism over compliments. This is why one bad comment can stick with you for far longer than a dozen good ones. It takes more positive experience to outweigh a single negative one. Fact number 12. Laughter is contagious. Here's a fun fact. Laughter is one of the most contagious emotions. When we hear someone laugh, our brain's mirror neurons activate, and we often feel the urge to laugh ourselves. This is why you'll often find yourself laughing in response to someone else's laughter, even if you don't know what's funny. Laughter strengthens social bonds and makes us feel closer to those around us. It's not just a reaction to humor, it's a tool for connecting with others. Fact number 13. Your favorite song is likely tied to an emotional event. Ever wondered why certain songs can instantly transport you back to a specific time or memory? That's because your brain strongly associates music with emotion and memories. When you experience a significant event in your life, and there's a song playing, your brain links that song to the emotion you felt at the time. This is why hearing an old song can sometimes bring floods of memories and emotions running back, whether it's nostalgia, joy, or sadness. Fact number 14. The color of a room can affect your mood. Did you know that colors have a psychological impact on how you feel? It's true. Certain colors are known to evoke specific emotions. For instance, blue tends to have a calming effect, while red can increase energy levels or even make people feel more aggressive. This is why interior designers often carefully choose colors based on the type of mood they want to create in the space. Marketing use. Companies also use color psychology in branding. Think about the calming blues of social media platforms or the energetic reds of fast food restaurants. Fact number 15. We're programmed to imitate each other's behaviors. Humans are social creatures, and we tend to unconsciously mimic others' behaviors, expressions, and even speech patterns. This is called the chameleon effect. It helps us build rapport with others and feel more connected, as mirroring somebody's body language or tone of voice can create a sense of familiarity or comfort. Have you ever noticed that when you're talking to someone with an accent, you might start picking up their way of speaking without realizing it? That's the chameleon effect in action. Fact number 16. You're more likely to remember interruptions than completed tasks. This is known as the Zeigarnik effect, which suggests that people remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. Your brain keeps a mental to-do list of unfinished tasks, constantly reminding you to finish them, which is why it's hard to complete something you've left incomplete. Have you ever found it hard to relax because you're thinking about that one task you didn't finish? That's the Zeigarnik effect working its magic. Fact number 17. We tend to overestimate how much others are paying attention to us. You might think everyone is noticing that stain on your shirt or the fact that you misspoke during a meeting, but chances are, no one really noticed. This is called the spotlight effect, where we overestimate how much attention others are paying to us. In reality, most people are more focused on themselves. Next time you're feeling self-conscious, remember that people probably aren't scrutinizing you as much as you think. Fact number 18. Smells can trigger strong memories. Our sense of smell is directly linked to our brain's limbic system, which is responsible for emotions and memories. That's why a certain scent can instantly transport you back to a specific time or place, often stirring up vivid memories and strong emotions. Smelling fresh cookies might remind you of your grandmother's kitchen, or a specific perfume could remind you of a loved one. Fact number 19. You're more creative when you're tired. It might seem counterintuitive, but studies show that people tend to be more creative when they're a little tired. When your brain is less focused and alert, it's more likely to think outside the box and make connections between unrelated ideas. Why it happens? Being tired lowers your brain's ability to filter out less conventional ideas, leading to more creative thinking. This is why some people have their most brilliant ideas late at night. Fact number 20. Chewing gum can improve your focus. Here's a strange but true fact. Chewing gum can actually boost your focus and attention. Studies have shown that chewing gum increases blood flow to the brain, which may enhance cognitive performance, improve concentration, and even help with memory retention. Next time you're studying for an exam or need to focus on work, try chewing some gum. It could give you that extra mental edge. The human brain is an incredible and sometimes bizarre organ, influencing everything we think, feel, and do in ways we often don't even notice. Whether it's making us see things that aren't there, rewriting our memories, or pushing us to mimic others, our brains are always working in strange and fascinating ways. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing content. Also, let us know in the comments which fact surprised you the most.